What's up? Joyverse.
Sorry for the jump scare, guys, but hello, it's Joyverse, and for our last, probably last, for our last Halloween video, we have the other tribal dudes from Innistrad, the spirits. So, considering all the tribals, we have done zombies, we are doing spirits. They are also the main big bads which are completely forgotten, which are the werewolves and the vampires. Now, regarding the vampires, we are getting a lot of nice ones, and those are going to be coming only in the Ixalan block. So, we are probably going to have a post Halloween video after the vampires come in, right? Once that is done, let's get to the deck. Well, historic spirits, not something you are expecting. It is already a deck in Explorer, but it hasn't been seen a lot. I haven't been seeing it a lot in Explorer because, there are a lot more new decks coming up to an Explorer with Boros Convoke, Boros Heroic, Keruga Fires with goddamn Beanstalk. Oh my god, get beamed. All these things are happening, but what about playing this in the best of one format in Historic? How good can that be? Well, considering when I was testing it almost 15 days back, it was doing very well. I have made slight changes here and there with the mana base and added a few more lords, and we are at a pretty good position. Yes. Speaking of lords, when we did our zombies video, we had a lot of lords. This time we have a lot of lords again, but we are playing some unconventional lords as well because Historic enables that. We have Patrician Geist, which is cheaper in Historic first and foremost. When we also have a Historic only in the Droxfall Captain, which is basically in the same cycle as Diagraph Captain and Stormcurve Captain. Stormcurve Captain being the Vampire Lord, which you will be seeing. You will be seeing that guy for sure. I assure you, but not sure if I am going to get that out this month. Oh well. So, coming to the core of the deck, the aggressive core of the deck is pretty fine. We have enough 1-drops and enough 2-drops, especially considering one of our lords is a 2-drop in Supreme Phantom, and we also have Rattle Chains, which turns all of our spirit spells into flash spells. This is an important thing. Now, we are an aggressive deck, but we are an aggressive deck which can play at instant speed. So, think of it. Spell Queller already has flash, but it can exile things that are mana value 4 or less, and that means, I know what you understand, that means no Shelly. So, we can do that. We can remove few other threatening things too, like, the goddamn shamans, goddamn goblin shamans from, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Orcish Bowmasters, I was about to say Orcish Bowmasters, but Orcish Bowmasters is completely gone for the format, at least in best of one. So that's pretty funny, thankfully. And not to mention, we have Skyclave Apparition as well to help with more spell quelling. So that's pretty good. And compared to Explorer's Band Spirit, I was thinking of playing Band Spirit because I love Collected Company. You guys already know about that. But since we are so tempo heavy and since we are much more aggressive, I wanted to play slightly towards the cheaper aggro side than more of the mid-rangier side. Like, I didn't want to wait for 4 mana to go ham and also splash in 3 colors. So that's pretty much the explanation for the general deck building. But what are we going to do? Ideally, we want to go first, of course. We have our 1-drops into our Supreme Phantom, into our Droxcall Captain, into maybe Spell Queller or Skyclave Apparition, depending on how we want to play our stuff. Get our Rattle Chains in, get our Shackle Geists in, and slowly and surely get rid of the opponent's health bar. Not to mention, everyone except for Skyclave Apparition has flying, so we are already an extremely evasive deck. But not also another thing of note is Droxcroll Captain gives every other spirit hexproof. So alongside Rattle Chains, we have that as well. We also have a bit of a tapping sub theme with the help of Shacklegeist. I don't know how much it will come into play, but Shacklegeist in itself is a well-started follower. I said follower again. Oops, my Shadowverse. But well, it is a well-started creature. So let's not talk about anything else. Let's start spooking people. Let's go. Game 1 and we are on the draw. And with it, we don't even have such a nice looking hand. Like, we have a 1-drop, do we keep? Absolutely not. I am not going to keep this mud at all. No, I am not brave enough like Jim Davis, that's for sure. Yup. Surprisingly better hand, but we don't have any of our lords, so we'll still keep. We have 2 drops. We can toss away the Spell Pierce. Okay, that's a ley line of sanctity. We can't target our opponent. That's fine. Okay, so they are Soul Sister decks, perhaps. I don't know what they could be. They could be a lot of things, and I would like to be able to counter them. Let's see. But we are on the draw here, so not the best thing that could happen to us. That's a prosperous input, sure. Flash, flying, and banner. So I think I shouldn't be worried that much. I think I should just drop the Supreme Phantom and go next. Okay, we say go. Okay, that's planes. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. What did they? Okay, that's a Valkyrie. I don't like seeing that. So they are engaged, and on turn 4, they might have a collected company, which I would like to spell quell, ideally. So Geistly Snare is good. Geistly Snare is definitely good, but it's probably better that we try to fight them in the air. We have 2 Geistly Snares, so we don't need to worry that much. If they don't collected company us, which might happen, we are just going to play out our Rattle Chains. Okay. They have the mana for it. And I could have flashed in the Rattle Chains, I missed it. So that's completely on me. So just play the Lantern Banner and say go. I'm not going to attack now. Okay. Okay, we play. Do we play the Rattle Chains? No, we don't. Okay, we can still play the Geistly Snare if we play the Rattle Chains, so that's fine. Okay. Now we can easily start competing with them by going face, so good for us. If they collected company us, we can just spell queller. Okay. 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 I would like to play the Spell Queller, but not now. We have enough, is the thing. And not now. Like, we want to be going at instant speed. And snapping their heads off while we can. I'll let that go. I'll let that pass. That's fine. Okay, that's another land. They are probably flooded to the end. They are probably flooded a lot. Okay, they still have enough mana for Collected Company, which they probably haven't done. And we are playing our Team Phantom and going in. Not an issue. We are going to be doing more damage to them than they are going to do to us, so it's fine. We just don't want them to be over healing or like going super wide on the air, which can happen. And what is it? We are going to exile it. Yep, there it goes, and we are done. And that Scurry Oak would have been very, very bad for us, honestly speaking. Not sure if they have a removal. I don't know. They could have a removal, but they are just checking out our lords. Pretty slow game so far for our aggression. Okay, Skyclave Apparition, and we are going to let them pay that. Nope, they noped out of it. So game 1 we are doing fine and we are getting in. We are on the draw again, but this time we have a 2-lander with 3 2-drops and a Patrician Geist and Empyrean Eagle, and an Empyrean Eagle. So I'm not really worried, but these are 2 slow lands. You know what? I'll keep it and see if we get a land on by 2 or 3, and we will be fine. Or maybe I should stop using desert and beach. Okay, that's okay. I feel deserted. Life's a beach. Life's really a beach. Of all the lands to draw, we draw our 3rd deserted beach. Life's truly a beach right now. I'm not sure how we can play this game now, but sure. Okay, that's a sign in blood. But we don't have any turn 2 plays because of this hand. We do have a turn 3 play, which could be removed. Okay, 1 minute. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Underworld Dreams deal 1 damage to that player. Oh, so this is like baby shielded. Sure. Okay, so what I am going to do here is I'm going to play my Desert and Beach. I'm going to play the Supreme Phantom, and I am going to flash in my Spectral Sailor in their end step. If they have shielded on 4, we should pretty much, forget the game. Yeah, they do have it, but our top deck is pretty good. Thankfully, our top deck is pretty good. Hopefully they don't, even if they have a kill spell, it's not an huge issue. We can make it. They have 4 mana up, while we don't have any mana at all. They can have an Invoke Despair as well. So that's an option. What does Option does?
The Scourge of Worlds.
Sure.
One can learn much from death.
Sure.
Suffer the dream. I am your inner demon.
Fine.
It is just a small headache.
It's 5, right? So I can't avoid that. What I could do is play my Droxcroll Captain, but I still am going to take a lot of damage. So our Orb Nixilis is going to die, and Supreme Phantom goes to the dome, and done.
Never cross me again.
I guess they are mono black draw, and if they have that specific card, I am going to okay, that's fine. Shieldred is not that much of a problem, but I could die, and I am going to die because of Shining Blood. Okay, doesn't matter, we are going to die to Shieldred draw tactics. It would have been even more fun if they had stuff like, you know, what is that card? Peek into Eternity or something like that. It's a 6 CMC card that draws you half of the deck and you lose half of your life, rounded up. If they had that with Shielded, I would have just said bye-bye, or even with Underworld Dreams, it would have been bye for me. So, 1 win, 1 loss, not looking that bad. So let's continue on to our game number 3. So game number 3, and this is not a hand I would like to keep, even though we are going first. Spell Quellers, we have drawn all our Spell Quellers, and we have 2 Deserted Beaches, which is like, unless I draw a small land, unless I draw an untapped land on 2, I really can't play the game, even though I will have a 1-drop on 2. 2 lands like this, do I want to keep it? No, this is definitely a mulligan. This is not the worst case scenario, but again, we shouldn't mull to 5. I don't want to mull to 5 with this deck. So sure, I'll keep this. I will ship a Rattle Chains and we'll start the game. Once that's done, let's see what our opponent is going to do. What are they going to throw? Okay, it's a forest and there's the mana dog. Cool. Good for them. And we'll play our rat because we don't really have any better play. I think they have an old growth troll. Okay, they don't have an old growth troll. They are rampant with Explore. And they also have a okay, there's an up the beanstalk. Okay. Alright, so we haven't drawn a land. Instead, we draw a Supreme Phantom. Next turn, they have 5 mana worth of plays if they don't miss their land drop. It could be a lot of things. It could be dinosaurs. It could be werewolves. But looking at Up the Beanstalk, I would be assuming that they are playing like a lot of Gruul vehicle stuff. I guess we'll just see. We have our Supreme Phantom here. So up it goes. And we are going to go up for 3, but I don't know what they are going to do. Like, they could have a sweeper. They could definitely have a sweeper. And there's 5 mana and what is it? Sarkhan's Unsealing. Whenever you cast a creature spell with power 4, 5 or 6, Sarkhan's Unsealing deals 4 damage to any target. Okay, this is like a ramp burn deck that utilizes Sarkhan's Unsealing. And when you cast a creature spell with power 7, that's important. Sarkhan's Unsealing deals 4 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. So they play an Atali and our board is gone. Sure. They're probably going to target our Supreme Phantom. If they do have a big play, okay. So they have another up the beanstalk. That's a Topiary Stomper, sure. Oh, okay, sure. They are ramping. And yeah, of course, as expected, they have targeted our Supreme Phantom and we don't have another land drop, despite the fact that we mulliganed from 2 to 2 only. Okay, so what do we do here? What do we do here now? Rattle Chains or Spectral Sailor. We'll just go in. We're going to flash in either our Spectral Sailor or Rattle Chains, depending on what they're targeting. Okay. We'll let that resolve because we don't have any. And I think we are pretty much dead, even though we don't have any good play coming in, so fine. Like, their brew is working out for them, that's for sure. Okay, so we have a Geistlight Snare, that's fine, but we are going to be taking more than 11 next turn. Let's see how that goes. No. We can cancel the Atali, but are not going to cancel the damage triggers and we are going to be taking a lot. And now, okay, I don't think we have any out to this, except for maybe Skyclave Apparition on the 4/4, but that doesn't matter because the 4/4 can't attack. We can possibly Skyclave Apparition the Elvish Mystic and jump the Kogla, but that won't be anything. That won't be any good. It won't be any good. There's also Spectral Sailor with Lantern Bearer, but that doesn't do anything. And I can't really blame my hand about this. So I'll just Skyclave Apparition the 1/1 and jump with 7 with the 7 jump the 7/6. See how that goes. If it buys us a turn, great. If it doesn't, we are just dead. Yeah. Yep. They had it. They had extra gun. Pretty interesting deck coming from our opponent, and we have lost 2 games. That's not a problem. Let's just go to game 4 and game 5 or game 6. We'll be doing a lot. So game number 4, we are going first. This time we have a 1-drop, we have a 2-drop with 2 lands, and you know what? I am going to keep this hand. Nothing, I am going to be very straight about it. Pretty aggressive looking hand. We also have a potential for a 3-drop whenever we have the chance to. So these two counter spells are pretty nice too, in case we don't have any proper 3 spells. So let's go. So we are going to shock ourselves, that's fine. We have to be as aggressive as possible, that's really it. Unless they have a fatal push. Okay, they don't have a fatal push, but when Cursebound Witch dies, draft a card from the Cursebound Witch's spellbook. Show me the draft. Witch Cauldron, that's 15 spells. Yikes. Okay. Supreme Phantom in. And we are going into the room. That's pretty good for us. But now I would like to have a. Okay. Now I would definitely like to have a land, but sure, we get a Shacklegeist. We go in. Play our Shacklegeist. See what happens. We are going to be taking 4 the next turn. That's fine. Okay, they are Golgari. Golgari sacrifice, perhaps. Okay, does this have any on-attack trigger? Exile up to 1. Exile up to 1 target creature from a graveyard. If a card is exiled this way, you may conjure a duplicate of that card into the top 5 cards of your library. Okay. So we don't need to worry as of now. So we are just going in. If this board lives, we are in for turn for our next turn. Okay. That's fine. So we can spend 1 turn not attacking. So that's great. We have another Drogskull Captain, so that's super cool. And we also have a Spell Queller for the One Ring. So we'll just pass for now. No, we don't need to attack. We aren't going to do any damage. It's better if we have blockers. So if they have a second One Ring, we can counter that. Sure. Let it resolve. Okay. So they didn't have their One Ring, and even if they did, they were dead on board. So 4 games in, we are 2-2. So let's have one final 5th game. Okay, game number 5, 2 lands in hand again, but this time we have plays. So this time we have plays and we don't have slow lands, which is the important thing. So I think we are going to keep this hand and we are going to draw extra anyway since we are on the draw. So let's see how that goes. They have an island. I'm kind of scared. Okay, sure, that's fine. That means we can play our Supreme Phantom without getting countered. And we also draw a 3rd land, so that's great. So we are going in. Let's see what they are going to do. Because they have Simic Mana, they still have Simic Mana, and they are ramping. Okay, this is going to be fun. They are ramping to Sultai Mana. Okay, that's something to note down. So we have our second Lord in, we have our Drogskull Captain in. So if anything, they have to target our Drogskull Captain. And we are going in for 5, that's pretty huge for us. I want to see what they are going to do with their land. If they keep ramping, yeah, that was huge. That was huge. We'll just play our, I think we want to play our Patrician guys here, but I'm not sure if that is the best play. Let's see. They would still have enough damage, they still have enough for a Heartless Act. They have more than enough, in fact. So I you can see, they have Elspeth's Nightmare, which kills our Magician Geist. They are like some type of Sultai Control. But they are completely tapping out. So I'm not sure what they are trying to tap into. Sure. What do we have here? Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from that. Non-creature, non-land. Do we Skyclave Apparition that? I mean, we can, but do we? Or do we Skyclave Apparition the Omen of the Sea? Because either way, we are forced, like, we can't play our Geistlight snare next turn because that is going to get discarded, and we can't play the Geistlight snare because we won't have enough mana to play it if we play the Skyclave Apparition. Sure, I will just play the Skyclave Apparition and see how that goes. And we'll just play in our Lantern Bearer. We could have baited, we could have faked a Spell Pierce, but that doesn't matter. And they are ramping again with Cultivate for 2 islands. This is scary. This is scary. Okay. Okay. We have enough for... That's fine. At least now we have a Geistlight Snare which we can play to counter whatever they have, but still it's still not enough because they have lots of mana to spend, and if they have both side, okay, 3, and they, okay, we are going to counter this. That was a very good counter, in fact. And we are going to play this. And let me see here. We are going to Rattle Chain on the end step. So, okay, they are cycling. They are going to get a shark. That's cool. That's also going to die. That's fine. But we are going to get our Rattle Chain on the end step. They could play that, yeah, what is it? Shadow's Verdict again. And yes, they did. And now that they are done, okay, they are spending all their mana. Let me resolve that. Let them end their turn so that we can flash it. Pass to attackers. Okay, flash it in. And that's lethal for us. And that was a good game. So, Halloween spooks, spirits, and all this the good stuff. I was expecting a better turnout considering my win rate with this deck before. I'm going to show that. Ta-da! So considering the win rate before, I was expecting something more, but well, you can't always expect your deck to perform at its best. And well, we also got to see how the deck performs when it is breaking or when it is screwed. So cool for that. I'll see you in the next video next month with Ixalan. So we have a lot of fun content coming in. See you guys.